First, it's the O-Deck with Gordon, brought to us by Man's Best Friend, A1 Air, and TexasLending.com.
All right, is our job on this list? Is one of the P1's jobs on this list? This is the list of the most stressful and least stressful jobs in America right now in the year 2014. And this actually has a scientific method to it. Now, what they did, the methodology, this was done by the CareerCast, and they do this every year. These are the things that they rank your job on. And you award points, and I'll tell you what the point system is. The higher the points, the more this criterion affects your stress. Okay? So, like travel amount on a scale of 0 to 10, what would you say our job is?
Pretty low. We take 2 or 3 trips a year.
Mm-hmm. Growth potential. Income divided by 100 is the formula for this. I'm not sure how that means that growth potential. Deadlines on 0 to 9 scale. Working in the public eye.
Pretty high.
Deadline's also pretty high.
Yeah.
Basically, every segment is a deadline. Mm-hmm. It's live.
Competitiveness, 0 to 15.
We're always competing with other stations.
Radio, very competitive. Physical demands, if you have to stoop or climb or
wake up early.
I think we score a 0 on that. Environmental conditions.
I beg to differ on the physical demands. I think waking up early is a demand on your body. Mm-hmm. I think we score a little bit in that category.
Okay. You don't have to yell at me. See, you're making my job more stressful. Hazards encountered. I guess that is a hazard there. Own life at risk.
10.
Life of another at risk. Yeah, anyone sitting behind Giorgio, they're at risk. And meeting the public.
Very high.
Very high on that. Which is interesting to me that those two things factored into it. Working in the public eye and meeting the public. That they actually identified those as stressful. Mm-hmm. Which most people don't give that any credence as to being stressful at all. All right, so here is the list of the most stressful jobs in America. Number 10 is the taxi driver.
Yeah.
He makes an average median salary of $22,000 a year. At number 9, police officer. We all know why, right? Although it says the average median salary, $55,000 a year.
Not bad.
Ranking above police officer, newspaper reporter.
What? No.
$35,800 a year. Well, they did it according to this scale. I mean, each one of these, they had points involved on each one of those factors.
Yeah, we're not talking pure danger. We're talking stress levels. I could see that. The newspaper reporter has the deadline, is not armed.
Right.
I guess I just see the newspaper through the eyes of Gordo writing a column every week, and that doesn't seem that stressful.
But look how stressed he is every week.
I know, but he does that to himself. He has 7 days, and then he just messes around. And then...
I think no matter what day I'm doing it would be stressful. And you guys always look at it as just unneeded stress. You go, wow, this is great. We have a radio job, so we don't have to write a newspaper column.
Right.
And you just kick back with your soulmates and hot tubs while I'm having to write. But I'm not a newspaper reporter. You know, I do it...
Right.
I'm not...
Yeah, if you had a beat every day...
you'd have to write 5 things a week. And number 7, corporate executive, a senior corporate executive. Average median salary, $168,000 a year. Number 6, public relations executive. $54,000.
Why is that higher than corporate executive?
Just more stress. Well, first of all, you're
public relations.
Yeah, and you're also not the big boss, so you can get yelled at if you're just the public relations executive. Number 5, event coordinator.
I can see how that's stressful.
Yeah, our promotions director always stressed out no matter who it is.
That's the reason we have a 2-year turnaround in that position. Number 4, airline pilot.
Yes.
What do you think the average median salary is of that stressful job?
110?
180?
Boy, very good, Craig. 114. Number 3, firefighter. This is more stressful than being a police officer. So in the eternal battle between the responders, you got firefighters above police officers.
I believe that too.
At number 2, military general.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's only 5 guys who have that role. No, there's more than that. $196,000 a year. to be a general. And number one, what do you think is the number one most stressful job in America?
Well, a couple come to mind.
Big, strong Jeremy.
Being a waiter or waitress is always near the top of these lists, and I haven't heard it yet, so that could be it. Or someone in the healthcare field, a doctor or nurse. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with one of those two.
It is an enlisted military personnel person of America.
Really?
Yes. You can understand the stress that they have. The growth potential, is it really there that much? And you can rise up in the ranks only so far unless you go to officers training, right? Mm-hmm. And then your average median salary for all that stress, getting shot at and shooting other people, $28,000 a year.
Yeah.
All right, now, least stressful jobs. These are ridiculous. At number 10, drill press operator. The guy that just sits there and runs the drill press making cabinets and furniture. He makes $35,000. Number 9, multimedia artist. Oh, boy. There's your MacBook. There's your NPR listener.
What is that exactly?
He creates animation and visual effects for television, movies, video games, and other media through 2- and 3-dimensional animation.
So he sits in his quiet office with a Starbucks and some classical music.
Yeah, and his latest Mac product.
Yeah.
He makes $61,000 a year. Number 8, librarian. You can see that should be the least stressful job ever, right?
Very quiet.
Quiet. You don't really care if people return their books or not. What's it to you?
You don't have to talk to anyone. You can just tell them, shh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anyone tries to talk to you, you go, shh, shh. $55,000 a year, by the way, librarian. Number 7, medical records technician. $34,000 a year. Not that kind of record, Jer. Number 6, dietitian. Number 5, seamstress.
Do we even
These
have
are like
those
the jobs
anymore?
from the 1880s, aren't they?
Well, how do you think your clothes get put together?
By China.
Magic?
No, China magic.
Machines in
Out
China,
there.
not humans in the United States.
Right.
Oh, my God.
There's still tailors around.
Bunch of them.
Name one. I know John Taylor, but he's no longer in Duran Duran, is he?
Andy Taylor?
Or with the 49ers.
Lawrence?
No.
They have a huge tailor room at the store at Colwell & Son.
They have
Wouldn't
real
ring that
tailors working back there.
Yes.
Do they wear the elf hats and everything, or?
No, you don't have to wear an elf hat.
And number 4 on the least stressful jobs, university professor tenured.
No kidding.
You're on Easy Street then.
I've had it explained to me before why we have tenured professors and what that means and why. So the idea, we've been here 20 years. Can we get tenured?
You would think.
Let's ask.
That means that you can't get fired, right?
Let's ask, as of Friday, are we tenured here?
At 20 years, we should be tenured radio professionals to where we have complete immunity for anything that we ever do or say.
The tenured professor at a university just walks into his class, puts his feet up on the table, kind of freestyles for an hour, lets everybody go, then gives him whatever grade he wants, and it doesn't matter. He can't be fired.
He can't be fired. He's tenured. God, that's just so weird to me.
Yeah, you can say shocking things. You don't get fired.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm tenured.
Yeah.
What? No, you can't object. Tenured. Jeweler, number 3. Third least stressful job.
Why? Why is that number 3?
I don't know. Maybe have some
maybe
stress on them.
Maybe because you have the South African accent, so you're just so casual and everything sounds good.
I would think there'd be a little stress there and that you're always worried about getting robbed.
Yeah. What about that part of it?
Something about that verb is real antiquated to me. Robbed.
I can use it if I want.
I know you can. Hey, a robber came in here.
The laws of this land say I can use that.
Okay, gosh, I hate it when you get legalistic. Number 2, least stressful job, hairstylist.
Really? Because I think you would be afraid to mess up somebody's hair.
Yeah, and somebody yell at you.
Yeah.
Worried if you got enough appointments to...
Think about how personal that is. And although, tipping hairstylist, something weird about that to me.
Why?
It's like, why isn't that just kind of built in to the price of a haircut?
You can ask that about any tip. Just build everything in.
The only one I think that you ought to do is just the waiter. That makes sense, waiter. Everyone else, it's part of their salary.
So many restaurants, though, if it's a party of 6 or more, they build in 18%. Why don't we just do that for everybody? It's 18% across the board, every restaurant.
I'm fine with that, because that would be a reduction in what I always have to tip. I have to tip 20% minimum. That's if I get bad service. And if I get good service, it's 22%.
And if it's really bad, it's 30%.
No, that's not my scale at all. And then the number one least stressful job in all of America.
Can we guess?
Morning Yuck Monkey.
What?
Gordon Keith.
Robert Redford.
No. What?
Why'd you say no first?
Because I was barely listening to what you said.
Now, that's not nice.
Every time your mouth opens, crap falls out.
You don't need to barely be listening to me. You need to be paying full attention.
Yeah, why aren't we tipped as radio professionals?
Yeah, why don't at
when
Ticket
we're
Stock?
At Ticket Stock,
we have a good round table. They should tip us.
There should be a tip jar up there. Number one least stressful job in America, audiologist. Audiologist.
I could see that. It's a very quiet environment. It doesn't really matter what they do. It's just give you a test and here are the results.
Okay, tell me, is this right ear or left ear or both? That's right ear. Okay, thank you.
I can't hear you. Could you speak up?
Right ear, left ear, or both?
And
no stress to that.
And with the test results, the patient or subject then just takes it to a doctor. It's like the audiologist doesn't have to perform the surgery or...
No. You've been to one within the past few years.
Mm-hmm. Couple.
Did they seem like they were real stressed out when they were giving you the test?
So laid back, so relaxed, almost falling asleep.
So you don't even know if they're really reporting the findings accurately?
No, because they're in such a daze.
They give you the test. Did they tell you whether it was right or left or...
Yeah, they did tell me at the end, yeah.
Oh, okay. They make $69,000 a year.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's been keeping Mr. Dew's house afloat for all this time. A little private joke there. There you go.
All right, then, Gordon.